Phesto Dee. I'm chilling on JooseBoxx.com. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
Hi, this is Lorianne for JooseBoxx.com here at Phesto Dee.
Yeah, what up, world? Peace.
So, how did you get your name?
I used to do graffiti, and I used to write that name everywhere. Places I wasn't supposed to write it. But it really comes from the word manifesto. So I just broke it down to man-eye festo. So it started from the graffiti and led to that, but ultimately it means, you know, just you know, public declaration. You know, somebody that's giving you their ideas and thoughts and motives and putting it in rhyme form.
So how did you get into hip-hop?
Just growing up as a kid, it was like, all my friends were doing it, you know, my older cousins and brothers, like it was just the culture at the time. It wasn't popular culture, but it was just something that was, you know, exclusive to you know, our neighborhoods, you know, so it was kind of like, you know, it was just like a natural progression to go from all the other recreational activities like sports and all that kind of other stuff that kids do, and just go right into like breakdancing and graffiti and DJing and then, you know, of course MCing. So you know, I was an avid music listener even at that age. My family was, you know, huge into music. My dad had all these records, and I had uncles and cousins that played instruments. So, you know, I was already heavily into music just from all of my influences around me. So it just led to my love for hip hop music.
Who did you listen to growing up?
Man, I mean, early on, just hip hop, or are you talking about just period?
In general.
Just in general, I was listening to everything. Pop music, I was listening to reggae music, rock music, hip hop, of course, soul, you know, all the oldies that my parents were listening to, the Motown stuff, all the funk from the 70s, you know, Parliament, Funkadelic, and, you know, being in the Bay, you had Sly and the Family Stone and Graham Central Station and the Headhunters and Herbie Hancock and Tower of Power and Carlos Santana. We just had a wide variety of music that came out of the Bay Area, so I was influenced by all kinds of music, not just hip hop. As far as hip hop, I was listening to like Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel, Curtis Blow, Spoonie G, Cold Crush. You know, that was like early on, even before Run DMC and all of them came and kind of, you know, Def Jam came and kind of just, you know, blew hip hop up to the point where, you know, it was on a global level. But I was just listening to all the park jams, all before that. You know, I had access to all that music from, you know, just from my family members and my close friends, having it trickle down to me somehow. So I can go on and on about all the music I listen to. It's me, it's my life. So.
How do you describe the style
I mean, I've always been a person that felt like, you know, writing my lyrics, I wanted to say something that people didn't say, or I take a word that I felt like nobody used, and I see that word somewhere, like maybe in a book or something, and I try to incorporate it into my rhyme. So I'm always, you know, that comes from, I guess, you know, hip hop is what, when we came up, it was about being original. So that was one way that I always try to be original, is with the words that I use. Stylistically, I have a lot of influences, but I think it just comes from the feeling of the music itself. The music kind of determines the style for me. You know, it's more of an organic thing. I don't sit down and try to compose a style. The style, the music kind of makes the style happen itself. So that's more of an organic thing. But yeah, that's how I would describe myself. A lot of people say I'm complex, but I don't see myself as complex. I just see myself as trying to be different.
So out of all the cities that you traveled and toured in, what's your favorite to perform?
That's always a hard question. I mean, I'm from the West Coast, so, you know, I love home. You know, I love the Bay. I love performing there. Oakland and San Francisco, and of course LA, and San Diego, and all the West Coast spots. But if you're talking about worldwide, man, I love like we've been in Brazil before. That was a dope experience because we got to perform for the favelas out there. And it was like a free concert, and you know, it's not, you know, people aren't very privileged there, so to have people come that don't normally get to see a hip-hop show and artists from where we're from, that was probably like one of my greatest experiences. But I love it all. It's just, it never gets old to me. It's like, that's the best thing about doing music, is performing for people, so I can perform anywhere and still enjoy it.
What are you working on? Do you have any projects coming out now?
Yeah, well, actually right now I just released a project. It's called Infrared Rum. Go get that. That's my newest one. And then I got Background Check. I released that a while back. And Souls of Mischief, we have a new album coming out called There Is Only Now. It's produced by Adrian Young, who's a producer from Los Angeles. And we got the first single coming out soon. It's featuring Snoop Dogg, aka Snoop Lion. That'll be coming in August, so look forward to that. It's called There Is Only Now, and the single is called There Is Only Now. But go get the Infrared Rum, Phesto.bandcamp.com, Hieroglyphics.com.
It's 100% juice. No wonder it tastes so good.